Welcome back to our cooking show.
Today we're going to show you how to make a super delicious Mexican pulled pork sandwich.
A torta mexicana can be filled with just about anything, meat, cheese, veggie, sauces, whatever you want.
Stay tuned. First we're going to start with our coleslaw because that takes time to cure. I have a whole head of cabbage here where I've removed the outer layers and washed it. Now we're going to cut it down the middle with a pretty large knife, and then we're going to cut them into quarters like this. And then we have here nice quarters of cabbage that we're going to cut up julienne. Show you that against the grain like this. When you cut it like in an angle like this, you get some nice threads in a good size for your salad. You could do this in a food processor, but I find that the pieces becomes too small and it's not nice for the texture of the salad. Once you have everything chopped up fine like that, comes a crucial step, and that's the salt curing of the cabbage. And I'm going to take, this is a big head of cabbage, so a good tablespoon of sea salt. Spread that over. And then there's only one way to do this. In with your fingers and massage and break it down. Make sure you get everywhere with this. This will ensure that we drag out some of the water and you get a nice crispy coleslaw without having a lot of excess juice in the bottom of the bowl. Now we're going to let it sit for half an hour to an hour, and after that we're going to drain the liquids off the bowl. In the meantime, we're going to prepare our carrots, and we're going to cut them julienne. Our cabbage has cured, and look how much it has reduced now. It was all the way up to here, so it really took out some liquid. But today we're going to do two versions of coleslaw. We're going to show you how to do them. So I'm going to take half of this, transfer it to a bowl. Here we're going to make, let's say, the more traditional American version of coleslaw. Not exactly, because there are some things that I have changed because of what I like. We add our carrots like this. Then I have 200 milliliter of mayonnaise, homemade mayonnaise, by the way, and there is a link down below how to make that. Absolutely delicious and creamy. Then I have here fennel seeds. Traditionally, you would use celery seeds, but I'm not a big fan of that, so I have swapped it for fennel seed. I like that, but of course you can do whatever you want. We're going to add like half a tablespoon, I would say. It is quite powerful, so don't add too much. And then a couple of rounds of freshly ground black pepper, like this. And then we're going to stir it all in to combine it. Then you're going to leave it in the fridge for half an hour before serving. For the second version, we're coming back to the Mediterranean, more specifically to a Lebanese-inspired coleslaw. This is not totally my invention. This is from Andong, and he has an excellent site called My Name is Andong. There is a link down below. You should really check it out. He makes some amazing videos. For this version, instead of mayonnaise, we are going with tahini, which is a sesame paste. Here's 150 milliliter of that we're going to take in our bowl like this. And then we're going to add the juice of, let's try with half a lemon first, and then we see how much we need. And then we are going to stir that in, and you will see that emulsifies really, really, really fast and becomes really, really creamy. And that's going to create a very nice dressing. We need a little bit more of this, like that. Yeah. And it actually smells good already. Very interesting version, this one. Now when we have it like that, I'm going to add a couple of tablespoons of olive oil to mix that in, so we get a nice creamy dressing. Once that's mixed in, we're going to add our cabbage. And in this version, there is no carrot. This is strictly a cabbage salad. And I'll show you in a bit how much water we actually took out of the cabbage here. Look how much water is in the bottom here. A lot of that, and that is exactly what gives you a coleslaw that will stand up and not have any of that sloppiness in the bottom. Then we're going to add a teaspoon of dried mint and half a teaspoon of garlic powder. Yeah, and you could use fresh garlic, but be careful with that, because if you want to eat it the next day, it becomes really pungent, the garlic flavor. So better do a little bit of garlic powder. It keeps it down a little bit. A couple of squeezes of freshly ground pepper, and we mix it in. There it is. Put it in the fridge for half an hour before serving it. Now we're ready to assemble.
That's pleasure time, baby.
That's true. For our sandwich, we're going to use our homemade ciabatta, and they are freshly baked. There is a link down below how to make those. They are super, super delicious, and they are perfect for this. If I can get it up. Oh, it's really fresh right now. There we go. On the bottom of each of these, we're going to add some mashed avocado. You could do it in slices, you could do whatever. I like to mash them up. There's nothing in here, it's only plain avocado. Do it like this, give it a nice layer. If this was not freshly baked bread, I would grill it on the surfaces, but since this was straight out of the oven, then it's a little bit of a pity. Then I'm going to add some of our pulled pork, which in this case is Carnitas. And there is also a link down below how to make that. And I'm going to put a generous amount on that. I wanted to say liberal, but then...
No. Enrich your vocabulary.
So a generous amount of this, so that we get a really, really good sandwich here. Like that. And now we're going to add our two different slaws. On this side, we're going to use the American-inspired coleslaw and give it a nice layer of this. That looks good.
Yeah.
A little bit more, I think, just to...
I want to see how we're going to bite it after.
That's going to be no problem.
Yeah.
That looks beautiful. And over here, our Mediterranean version. And again, a good layer of this. There we go. See, that looks just beautiful.
Don't forget the sriracha.
You're completely right. Good. I was forgetting that. Yeah. See, we love this. This is sriracha with ginger. And we are going to sprinkle it with just a sprinkle on top here. It's not super spicy, but it gives a nice little kick to this. We also used it in our taco salad. So, excellent idea. Good you remembered. Here we go. And two versions of Mexican pulled pork sandwich. Now we're ready to try them. Let's taste the American coleslaw version first. Are you ready?
Okay, yes.
Let's give it a try. They look good.
Very, very nice.
Matches nicely. And the carnitas are perfect with this coleslaw. It's very nice.
Perfect. Let's try the other and
Okay,
let's see which
let's
one
give
we
it-
like most,
Yeah.
right?
Then we compare.
This is more tasty.
Much more tasty. The sesame seed tahini there is really, really good.
I love that more. This is more mild,
Yeah,
I think.
this is
This
milder.
is the mild. I mean, maybe because we tasted so many times that
So, but
traditional
I agree. I would take this any day over that one. That version of slaw.
is perfect.
Gets it
Actually,
better.
this is like a cross between sandwich and a taco, right?
Something
I mean, I love
like
it. But a ham cheese sandwich is so last century compared to that. Sorry, but it is.